Greetings, greetings, well rising. Yes, we have returned. We have returned. Readjusting our levels, resetting our placement here locally as well as in the stars. We take our time this morning to begin to realign and to reconnect, to further our causes, our greater pursuits. As we have entered into a new season, this new energy is a time for us to begin new work. For in our past season, we have completed our journey, and whatever has been given or taken away, that journey is complete. So we stand here today in front of our black hole meditation, yes, and we are here having knowing that we have done many things to explore the cosmos, explore ourselves. And for this black hole, it has multiple meanings, multiple understandings. Primarily, it is the outer reaches of our mind, of our consciousness. It is the barrier of our humanness. It is the absolute limit to what we believe is all possible. And this image and this barrier, or this image, it serves as a barrier or a safeguard to the complete unknown of what's on the other side. However, we pursue to be brave, strong, and powerful enough to explore what's on that other side. So we courageously enhance ourselves and focus upon these things so that we can tap into our true spiritual essence, tap into our true spiritual desire, tap into our true spiritual journey, which is to return to these outer reaches, these outer thoughts, these outer processes. So we will take some time this morning to orient ourselves around that as such. For our imagery, as we see, we have our multiple circles. Of course, we have the globe or the circle of Earth, which is the present level of consciousness. We have a space-oriented circle, which represents the astral planes. And then we have the black circle, which is the circle of Thoth. Explain more on that momentarily. And then we have our purple circle, which is the one of focus. Our purple circle is the one that is linked to the direct gateway for our soul travel, as far as a open door, a symbol of such an open door in consciousness for where we are on Earth in this present state, where we are under the direct influence of Orion and how energy transmit through that star center, the light beams or the particles of light that we must hop on or drive ourselves through or ride the current wave of are symbolically akin to the color purple. And so focusing on it in such a portal form with the intention of going through the multiple levels, we will put in mental space within ourselves, in the mental markers within our consciousness, to know where these spaces are, both here and now and in the after. So we take our time again to, of course, orient ourselves on Earth, to know where we are so we can know where we're going. And where we're going, ultimately, is always to the astral planes, where we visit them nightly in our dreams, or we visit them in our meditations. And yes, is the first level of existence we go to after we leave our body in death. And in this astral plane, that's actually where most of us and most of our memories and most of our experiences that we have reside. And it is a very vivid space to be in. However, this astral plane, it is not the full-on place of soul. It is not the nirvana or the heaven or the quote-unquote other side completely. It is nothing more than a higher dimension of another physical or etheric type of space. And yes, it is a more profound space than this one we are in. However, it is not the soul. And we seek to return all the way to the soul. And so, continuing forth, we have the circle of Daath. The circle of Daath is generally understood to be hidden in all of these spiritual circles. And it is hidden because it is the avoided power for human consciousness. It is the one thing that we seek to avoid. It is the one thing that we believe is powerless, or the depletion of power, when actually it is the gateway to all power. And that is death. Of course, when we think about death in the basic physical sense, we have all of those bad feelings and bad reactions, and we think of loss, we think of family not returning, and all of those of the like. However, truth be told is, the gateway of death leads us to the true soul source of energy. It is the gateway to the actual soul space. And for those of us who know how to or are attempting to tap into the soul space, we know we must leap over the fallacy of death. There is no such thing. And so through the process of these meditations, journeying through these zones, we literally put ourselves in practice of taking ourselves out of our earthly ego, taking ourselves out of our spiritual body, and taking our essence through the portal of consciousness and residing ourselves and honing in and enhancing our awareness through the veil of death on the actual other side of complete eternal existence. So that is our focus today. Instrumentally, we will look at directly into this purple spear. Be sure to take time now to begin to orient your vision and to burn this image into your mind. This darkness, a dark circle with a purple light emanating from it as though it was an eclipse. Just as if it was an eclipse, and we see that beam of light piercing through the darkness, covering what would be the sun or the moon or however. The same similar process. We're going to enhance ourselves with that light. And of course, we will ultimately visualize a journey so that we can stabilize ourselves through this portal and ultimately return. So, let's take some time now to literally ponder upon this image. Ponder upon the black and purple circle with your eyes, and mentally and emotionally begin to think about releasing yourself into the all. And mentally, as you think about releasing yourself into the all, think about what needs to be let go. What in your human emotion, your human desire, the things that you do want, your human triggers and traumas, the things that you feel you should avoid, and the things that bother you, all of the good and all of the bad, all of your cares and all of your concerns, however they may raise up when you stare at this portal, begin to know that those are the things that you must dissolve and let go if you want to complete the soul journey. If you want to return back to the spirit, if you want to return back to the soul, you must let your humanness go. You must let the frailty of our human experience be of no concern to you. So again, let's continue to orient ourselves around these freeing thoughts and this freeing intention and direction as we will focus ourselves on pushing through and pushing past our reality by jumping through our purple portal. Let's take some time now to ponder. Now that we have oriented ourselves around the things that we are instinctually supposed to let go so that we can enhance our spiritual selves, in a moment we will begin our actual transmission. So, of course, may we please begin to assume our meditative positions. Of course, if you're seated, have your feet firmly planted on the floor, your spine fully erect. If you are on the floor, also have your feet planted on the floor. Have your hands in a meditative position or in a fist. Orient your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And then slowly begin to just orient yourself and become comfortable. Now begin to orient yourself in this moment, deepening your sense of calm and peace. Continue to breathe deeply, slowly, and fully. Allow yourself to become more relaxed with each and every breath. As you continue to breathe, begin to ponder upon the simple things of earth. Your simple cares, your simple concerns. Your present moment right now, and every element that exists within it. See your whole life in full. See your life being displayed directly in front of you. Every single element as a still piece. Take a moment to view the entirety of your life. All of the great things, all of the terrible things, everything in between. Your whole life is before you right now. See your whole life, and as you see it before you, notice how that your whole life is a simple image, a simple display, and you are standing in front of and outside of it at this present moment. See yourself slowly begin to distance away from the entirety of your life. Begin to float up and away, and begin to see your problems shrink, and you rise up. As you continue to rise, see it as though you were leaving the earth, and the earth begins to grow smaller, and your vision grows wider. With each breath, feel yourself pushing away from all of your frail human concerns. Simply float away from that image of your life. Continue to push until you fall into the utter darkness. Continue to breathe until you see that you have risen into nothingness. Now, as we orient ourselves into the darkness, we begin to see far off into the expanse our first orb of light. We begin to see a beautiful, bright white light emerging like an orb, like a ring. Slowly begin to approach the beautiful white ring of light through the darkness. As you approach the light, freely feel all sensation. Allow the sensation to pass and flow through you. Feel whatever vibration, and feel it nothing more as a passing thought. You push continue through as you see this beautiful orb, this beautiful ring. Continue to breathe and allow the vibrations to flow through you as you see this ring of light. Now, as we continue in our journey, begin to transform the ring of light from white to purple. Feel the shift in the transmission of energy as you transmit yourself in and through this purple ring of light. Now, family, we have our space in our time, enhancing ourselves through this portal light, this portal energy. With ourselves oriented in this space, may we now slowly begin the journey back to returning to our body. With our next breaths, slowly begin to transition the portal light from purple back to white. Again, with our next breaths, transition from our white light back to the darkness. From the darkness, may the image of the earth reemerge. And with our breaths, may we see ourselves slowly descending back to the earth. Slowly back through the atmosphere, slowly floating down back to our respective countries and continents. Returning back down to our city and our states. Slowly back down into our town, our street. Slowly back down into our home. Down into your room. Slowly back to yourself. And with your next exhale of consciousness, re-enter your body. Audibly sigh with your exhale. May you continue to orient yourselves in a peaceful state within your body. And when you are ready, you can return to consciousness. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, family. May we all go in peace. Well rising to you all, and be well.